When Rawi Hage published his first novel back in 2006, it would go on to win one of the richest literary awards out there, becoming an international bestseller in the process. He's now back with his fourth. It's called Beirut Hellfire Society. Rawi Hage is in our studios this morning with more. Good morning.
Good morning.
So this book, a tremendous book, and I was saying to you backstage, a difficult read. You have to sit and you really have to settle into the book. You dedicated this book to the memory of John Asfor. For our viewers who aren't familiar with his name, can you give us a bit of idea of who he is?
John is a poet. He was born in Beirut. I think he was born in Lebanon, in a small village called Atanit. Immigrated to Canada in the 70s. As a child, he was, during the Civil War, First Civil War, 1952, he was playing in the field and picked up a detonator that blew in his face and lost his vision. But it never stopped him from accomplishing amazing things, really. He arrived here, he worked. He went to McGill, he got his PhD in literature, raised a family, wrote books, translated. He was, I think, one of the first translators who translated Arabic poetry in Canada to English. We became friends immediately, I guess because of our background and our love for literature. And he was the first one who encouraged me to write.
So an extraordinary man.
Indeed.
Yeah. What is the Hellfire Society?
Hellfire Society is a kind of a secret society. I stumbled while reading on in a book on a secret society. I believe in Scotland or England, where they, libertine kind of society that I think was organized in 1900, and they were involved in all kind of defiance to kind of religious conservative society. So they had a bit of orgies, transgressional behavior, and the idea was very intriguing to me. I took the idea of living in secrecy in a kind of conservative religious society like Beirut, and implemented that society, imposed that society on that. On Beirut, and it must be unique in the context of this resurgence of religiosity. So,
you yourself lived through the Lebanese Civil War. While your book is fiction, how much of what you wrote was based on the experiences that you had?
I lived a good 8 years. I tend to filter. It's not always a documentary or the biographical. I think I'm always conscious that I'm writing a book of literatures that involve form, language, imagery. My objective is not to document the war, as long as be in it, but I'm always conscious to, that I'm actually writing a book of fiction. So there's other responsibilities when you do that.
Rawi, you've had tremendous success in your career. I mentioned off the top of the segment that you won basically the richest, biggest prize that you could in literature with your very first novel. So that was 12 years ago. From there, from De Niro's Game to today, how does that success mold your career?
Surprisingly, I still wrote books.
You didn't give up after the first one?
No, I didn't give up. And just made me more private, I think.
Yeah.
Try to hide a bit more. But I'm still writing books, and that's in itself is an accomplishment. So,
Well, we're thankful for the read. It's worth sitting down if you're looking for a good book to really bite your teeth into. This is one you can really settle into it. So thank you for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you.